Is yes, I said yesterday. In the previous video, I showed you a lot about Facebook ads, reach brand awareness, and I even showed you how to run ads. Though I picked brand awareness as the objectives, if you recollect that I said. Okay, before that, welcome to this tutorial continuation of Facebook ads and information marketing. And yeah, my name is Jadisola Obio. I am your tutor for this course. Here's my account details. Send funds to your girl. So yeah, let's go on with the with today's course. So right, in the previous video, before I start the one I want to teach you guys today, you notice I showed you how to run an ad, and I told you it will first be when you're drafting it, it will be showing in drafts, right? When you're um when you've published the ad, it will show in review. Finally, I said it will be active when after they've reviewed it. Now look at this. I switched it off because I didn't deposit enough money to run the ads. As you can see right here is 995 naira daily, and I only deposited 100 naira just for the sake of this tutorial. So yeah, it is actually the campaign is on, the ad set is on. Can you see? This is where you switch it on and off, but the ads is off. And you know I said you can have different ad sets under one campaign, and you can have different ads under one ad set. Don't be confused. Now let me switch it on so you can see that it will become active. In fact, let me switch on the both of them. Now we have two ads that we published yesterday. Can you see both ads has been published? And can you see active? The ads has been active. It's active. I mean, most of the ads are active now. That means it has been reviewed. Active. Can you see this? So yeah, that's basically how to run ads. Now let me, okay, so mind you, when you switch on this stuff, I'm going to switch it off back because like I said, I didn't deposit enough money and I don't want to run the ad because I don't want it to run. I'm just doing it for the sake of this tutorial. So when you run your ads, when your ads start running, if you want to check how it is doing, how each ads is doing, you simply, or if you want to analyze each of your, maybe it's your campaign, your ad set or your ad. Let me use the ads for example. Let me click on this right here. So just click on it. I want to analyze the first ad. Now can you see at this corner, this pencil area is where you edit. So if I click on this, that means I want to edit. So yes, it's very possible for you to edit the ad while it is running, but sometimes it's advisable to switch it off first before you edit. So you can actually edit. Sometimes depending on what you edit, it might not go that it might not be in review, while sometimes it will actually be in review if your edits are much. So yeah, so if you want to check how far, or if you want to analyze your adverts, you want to see how well it's doing, you want to get insights, you want to get information, you want to see, just click on this place right here under the X, just above the pencil icon. Now that you've done that, you're going to see that there is nothing, but assuming the ads are started running and like it is actually running, you know, you will see numbers here, numbers. You're going to see the old information, but mine has not started running. I just switched it on, which I'm going to switch off now. So obviously it has not reached anybody. There's no amount here, there's no amount here. But this is where you see the information. Can you see this place right here? This is where you come to analyze your adverts. And you're good. If you want to edit, like I said, you click on the pencil icon. See, click on the pencil icon and to bring out the page. Can you see? We are back. So this is what you are back to where we're editing. So you can edit it and you can leave it. But I'm not editing. Now that's that. So let me switch it off so I can show you guys the next ad objective. Yeah, so lest I forget, you can also check some of the information and insights, and from here just scroll right here. Can you see ad sets? Can you see ad sets name? This is the name of the ad set. But I said each advert has its own ad set, and you can have different adverts under one ad set, and you can have different ad sets under one campaign. So this is the ad sets for this particular advert. Because I'm saying this so you will not be confused. When you start creating your own advert, you sometimes you have to create different ad sets, and each of those ad sets will have different adverts. However, all those adverts, if you're using this particular or one, if you're doing everything under one ad account, it's going to reflect everything, so you won't be confused. So each of the adverts, you see the information, the ad set's name, if you've named it, which obviously you would have done because you can't go forward if you don't name it. Now let's continue. That is in bid strategy. Bid strategy. Bid strategy. Can you see? Mm, daily unique reach. Whereby you don't budgets. As when the advert has started running, you see the budgets, the results. The advert has not started running, so the results are obviously not yet reached. That's the amount of people the advert would have reached if it has started running. Cost by results. So yeah, let me tell you something. Your cost per result should be very low. If your cost per result is high, that means, I don't know, that means your advert is running. It might not necessarily be, you can't necessarily say it is not effective. The advert might be effective, but it is running at a very high rate, which is not supposed to be so. Your cost per result is supposed to be very low, which shows the effectiveness and success rate of your advert. So you have to try to aim, and you can get that by adjusting your adverts, the ad creative. You can use better pictures or images, the ad text, blah blah. So you just go on like this, amount spent. If this advert has actually started running, you see the amount spent right here, and so on and so forth. So now let's go back to the objectives. So now we're about to create another advert because I need to show you another objective. Now we started with awareness. Now let's go to traffic. Like I said, traffic is very good for, it's better than reach. It is similar to reach, however, it is more effective, better, more analytical. It's good for link clicks. If you need audiences, you need traffic, maybe it's good for link clicks to send people to a destination like your website, app, or Facebook. You can use it. Whereas reach will reach actually many people. Traffic also reach many people, but just reach is different. Those people might that that are seeing your adverts might not even be interested, but it's just to create awareness. However, traffic is way better. Good for link clicks, landing page views, messenger and WhatsApp, blah blah. So as usual, I'm going to name my campaign right here because they're giving me the option. What will I name this campaign? Mm, Traffic tutorial one. Create my ad set. What should I name my ad set? Hmm. I'll just use the name of the objective. So I'll just to be easier for me. Traffic ad set one. You might not understand why I always have the need to add numerics, but I have my reasons. Now the adverts. What will I name this advert? Right, so I'm going to name it traffic tutorial advert one. Very good. So we're done with naming it. So let's just go right ahead. So you can see I'm taking my time to show you how to create each of these objectives, their usefulness, and I'm intentionally doing it so you get used to, you get familiar with the interface, with the you'll be able to navigate better because it will probably store in your subconscious. So yeah, I've named it as you can see. Like I said before, this is my ad, my campaign. And what is this campaign name? What is the campaign objective? Traffic tutorial. This is my ad set and this is my adverts. I mentioned leave all these ones, leave it. This is the objective. So in case you chose the wrong objective before, come here and choose the objective you want. I'm going to click this. I mentioned before that it is to to try different images, add text, audiences, and more to see which one performs best. So I said when you have like two or three alternatives or copies or adverts, when one is not and you let it three run, Facebook will let it three run. If you let it run, then Facebook is going to choose the one that performs better and use more money for that one. Next, you're done with this part. This campaign area is like very easy. Now that's it, and it has been saved. Don't forget that we've named our ad set. Remember. Sorry, it's loading. Can you see this place will continue to show in drafts? Why? Because we are drafting. We are still in the process of creating the advert. We are still drafting. If we publish it now, it will change to in review, and if it is active, it will change to active. Now this traffic, because of we are sending traffic to a source, is not even reaching. We are sending the traffic to a source. So where are they landing? Right? Are you sending them to your WhatsApp, to your messenger, So I do you want the traffic to, do you want them to call you? Let me you choose websites first. I'm going to come back and show you the messenger, WhatsApp and calls. Set a performance goal, blah blah. I mentioned this performance goal is formally called optimization for ad delivery. What do you want Facebook to identify as your own idea of success? Like what's optimization for ad delivery would you like before you can say your advert was successful? So do you want, now for each performance goal varies for the particular objective you choose. The last time we chose reach, that is why the performance objective we chose was impression. There was another performance objective for that one. What was it say? Um so yeah. So I said the performance objective we chose was impressions. So the more people, the more times Facebook shows particular sort of people, that is when they will charge. Now, cost per results. So you can set this, but I advise to leave it. So it's literally like you setting your own. Just like I was telling you the last time that your cost per result should be low. Yeah, it should be low, but let's leave it. When it gets charged, impression. So I said the performance goal varies with the kind of objective. So yeah, saying impression is the only performance goal available. Delivery type, just leave that. That's okay. Daily budgets. Let me just remove this theory in front. Start dates. Just leave it. This is today. The date I'm recording this. So um you can choose to set an end date. Remember, if you're maybe it depends on your budget. If you have like 5,000, I know that's all you have. You can just choose to set an end date. Or if you want it to stop running at a particular time, it doesn't really concern the budget. Now the audience. Remember, we already have our saved audience that we used for the created for the first one, so you can actually use that. I know the last time when we clicked this use saved audience, there was no saved audience until we created one and saved it. But for this particular um one, I'm going to create another audience, and I specifically differentiated between custom audience, lookalike audience, and saved audience. I said custom audience are audiences that have bought from you, have interacted with your adverts, interacted with your brand or business, have taken an action, not the ones that Facebook has reached, but the ones that actually took an action, that took an action and they clicked on an event that you set up and stuff like that. Those are your custom audience. They are potential customers that you know, most likely the ones that bought from you already, the ones that took your the desired action you initiated for them. While lookalike audience, saved audience is different. Saved audience is the audience that you present to Facebook while you're creating the ad. This is the audience that you like. An example of saved audience is the one I created for the first advert I showed you guys, which is this one. This Jerry Solar audience. That's saved audience. I'm just creating this for my own experience, for my knowledge, for my head. They've not bought from me, they don't know me, they are called cold audiences, right? Why your custom audiences? If you know marketing, a bit of marketing, you will be familiar with what I'm saying. while the custom audience are called warm audiences. Do you get? These ones are called cold. People is strangers. You've not met them before. You're trying them for the first time. You're trying to reach them for the first time. You want them to buy from you. They've not interacted with your brand at all. That is saved audience. And saved audience can also be, you can also save a custom audience. Don't get me wrong. But custom audience, they've interacted with your brand. They've taken an action. They're most likely going to buy, or they've even bought. Okay, that's warm audience. You're familiar with them. They're familiar with you. Now, look alike is creating a an um just like the name implies, look alike. People that exhibit the same set of characteristics. People that have the same interests. Facebook will use their system, their robots and stuff to bring out these people that exhibit the same features as people that already interacted with your brand before, the same features as your custom audience, what they like, if they like the same thing, the same interest, the same location, the same demographics, the same gender, the same age. Facebook, that's what is basically called lookalike. Okay, I'm not going to go deep. That one is probably in under my course where I'll show you guys how to, not in this course, like I said, how to even create a lookalike. There's 1%, there's is it 1% or 10%? Like there are percentages that you have to choose. So there's 90. I think the highest is 95% because obviously Facebook, and that's the essence of lookalike. They cannot be 100% accurate. So the highest should be 95%. So you choose the percentage that you want Facebook. And I told you that for you to create a lookalike audience, so for you to even say, for you to even input or upload your custom audience and say, oh, you want to save it, you should have a minimum of, if it was before, I'd have said 100,000, but now I suggest 500,000. Do you have that large amount of custom audiences except one is sharing with you? So yeah, mostly big brands, big brands that use stuff like that, but it also works. It works, not even it works perfectly. Now back to, yeah, I said I'm going to create a new one because I'm showing you traffic. Traffic is different from, now for this traffic, let me just pick a what I'm selling. Let me assume I'm selling what can I sell? Baby baby oh no, food. Yeah. Let me say I'm an online restaurant that sells food. Now let's go. Start from the location. If you have custom audiences, you're going to search it here. It should show you. You search for the audience here, but you don't have, like I said, this is your lookalike, no audience. This is all obviously no audience, custom, no audience, because they've not uploaded any custom audience. So that's that. Now let's start. Create new. Locations, first of all, edit. I told you don't pick Nigeria. Even MTN or all these big brands, even, what are you saying that you're picking the Nigeria? And people make this mistake. You can't be greedy and say you want to target the Nigeria. How can you target the whole country? We are over, is it 75 million? We should even be more than that. No, you can't pick Nigeria. Even a whole state as a whole is still many. Some will not pick Nigeria, but they will pick almost 12 or 13 states because of what? Anyways, now I'm not picking Nigeria, so let's impute the location we want. I've excluded Nigeria. Now let's search. Which location will most likely need my food? Actually, since I'm using a food business, any state, but my favorite, which is my own state, is Lagos. I'm not in Lagos currently, but that's my state. Lagos now. Should I choose the state or the city? The city is what they call Eko. So now I'll pick the state instead. I'll pick Benin where I currently am. Nah, it's not the country, it's the city. Very good. Which states? Okay, let me be realistic. Since it's food, I don't need them. Just leave it at Lagos and Benin. But let me tell you guys, I heard, or with my experience, I know that Port Harcourt, sorry, Lagos, um, and Benin. Now, I would have said Abuja, but when you want to be targeting Abuja, you have to be very careful. You cannot be selling, though it depends on the place in Abuja, but most times Abuja is like the most civilized location in Nigeria. So obviously they are rich people. So they will not be interested in some of the things people sell, like maybe you're selling drifts or credit card. They are selling all this cheap stuff. They might not be interested. So if you are the type that is selling wristwatches, human hair, luxury, household items, you can target Abuja. But if it's all these cheap things or maybe online courses and the likes, Abuja is not really the best place. But yeah, they have money. So if you even so for food, I'm going to pick Abuja too, cause yeah, why not? Now Abuja, Lagos, Edo, Edo, sorry, Benin, Benin. I don't know about Edo, Port Harcourt. Are you um hope you're listening to these states? Port Harcourt, Delta. I think Ilorin, Ibadan. You see these states I'm mentioning, even Ogun State targets them. Those people are more likely to buy online. I'm sure there's some state I'm missing out, but target is people. Just try it. Port Harcourt, Delta, Benin, Lagos, Oyo, Ibadan, Ogun, Abuja. Um, Basically target those places. So yeah, let me add Abuja then. It's a wrap. Perfect. So that's that. I'm done with the location. Now let's move to the gender. Can you see my audiences? My audience is narrowing now. Please and please, I said your audience should be like minimum of 500K and 1 million and above. Your audience can be very high, but please, it should not pass 2 million or even, okay, if at all, 3 million. Because why are you targeting 5 million people? You are wasting your money. Even to be honest, even 2 million is too much. There are too many, sorry. So just be realistic so that you know say Facebook is swallowing your money. The age. Now who will most likely buy my food? What age? I can now pick 21. People that will have the money to buy. Obviously anybody will want food. Even toddlers want to buy food. But who has the capacity to buy? Please think hard. Don't when you want to run ad, don't just jump at it. Do your research first before you now come to create it. And I told you that it's advisable to create your audience, to create your saved audience. I'm going to show you how to create a saved audience, but I'm just showing you. It's still similar to this, it's just like this, but instead of creating it in this particular place under the advert I want to create, you create it separately. Then you just fix it because creating your saved audience down should be like the first thing on your mind and to help you to know who you want to target. Create your saved audience and your adverts. That will help you seriously. Now, 21 to 21 to 40. Yeah, even above can buy my food, but let me leave it at that. All genders, of course, all genders who want food. Demographics now, this is the interesting part. As usual, because it's food, I'm going to be adding engaged shoppers. Engaged shoppers behavior. I mentioned the last time that these engaged shoppers are people that have actually bought